time is precious, and every second we have the choice to either use it or waste it. And today, we continue with our series on Dokkodo by Miyamoto Musashi. And today we talk about the following rule. Do not complain or feel bitterly about yourself or others. And this is a big one, especially in these days. It is so easy to complain about everything. The economy, inflation, the economic crisis, family. And Musashi probably didn't become the best swordsman of his time by complaining. And he probably realized two things. First of all, complaining doesn't change anything. And secondly, complaining is a big waste of time and energy. And we only have so much time and energy at our disposal. And one good way of thinking about this is that our life and our time on this beautiful, beautiful planet is limited. And it's up to us to either use the time that we have or to waste it. And the thing about time is, it's free. But even though it's free, the cost of not using it and wasting it is immense. And one big way of wasting it is by complaining. And there's this beautiful concept of a lifetime and dead time, which I first heard of by the author Robert Greene. And he said that you always have the choice to make use of the time you have or not. For example, when you're in traffic, you can either complain or you can make use of the time, for example by listening to a podcast, to educate yourself, work on new ideas, meditate, just something other than wasting time by complaining. And the beautiful thing about this is it is in your control. But now some might say, okay, I get it. The weather, traffic, the economy are all not in my control. So it's no use complaining about them if I cannot change them. But what if we complain about things when dealing with ourselves? But let's say we can change the thing that we don't like about us. For example, our fitness. Then I would say, congratulations, it is in our control. We can eat more healthy and go to the gym. And this has an impact on our physique. But complaining does not. But what if it is something that is not in our control and something that we cannot change about ourselves? And I would refer to a quote that I once read. If you don't like something about yourself, either accept it or change it. And if you cannot change it, you better accept it. And this connects back to the other rule of Miyamoto Musashi. Accept everything just the way it is, including yourself. And there's another quote by one of my favorite rock bands of all time, Sum 41. And in one song they sing the following: if you cannot change it, you might as well embrace it. I think this is a great lyric, and let me give you one example to illustrate. For example, there are many guys that complain about being short. But if you cannot change your height, you might as well embrace it. For example, the comedian Kevin Hart is one of the greatest examples of a short dude who embraces his shortness. He always complains about it, but in a fun way, in a confident way, in a positive way. And he makes his shortness one of the main topics in his shows, which made him successful. But then you might say, well, Kevin Hart is an exception. I know a couple of short guys who are different about their shortness. I know some guys who are very insecure about it, but I also know others who are really embracing the shortness, and their confidence makes all the difference in the way they feel about themselves and the way they are perceived by others. But the first step is to not complain. And even though I cannot travel to the future, my guess is that I would not look back and say, I wish I would have complained more. And once we realize this and stop complaining, we can start to strategically move forward, making use of the precious time that we have, and focusing on a lifetime rather than that time, and become stronger and better human beings. What do you think about this? Do you agree? Or do you think it's total BS? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.